Torii Hunter and Ichiro Suzuki. And why do we compare East and West together in this beautiful combination? Because they've won 9 straight Golden Gloves. 9. That's almost enough to fill up 2 hands. And not only have they won 9 straight Golden Gloves, but they're tied for 3rd all time behind Roberto Clemente and another guy by the name of Willie Mays, maybe you heard of him, for the most Golden Gloves of all time. But anytime you can get out there, play the defense, run all over the field, and can get 9 consecutive Golden Gloves, you are definitely Ballin!
All right, next up we have Zach Collaros. You may have heard of him. He's out in Cincinnati replacing former Heisman candidate Tony Pike, and he is looking like a Heisman candidate all of his own. Last week he had 480 yards and a touchdown, plus 75 on the ground and another pair of touchdowns. This is after a 295 and 4 touchdowns in the air the week before. He's got over 1,000 yards. He's got 10 touchdowns. He's got 1 interception. This is your backup quarterback, 6'1", running around, making plays all over the field. This guy is exciting. He's electrifying. He's just another part of that Brian Kelly run Cincinnati program, which is exciting, and I love to watch him. I want to see him at a BCS Bowl, baby, because this dude is out there certified.
Next up in certified, we got Steve Nash. And Steve Nash is continuing the ball out of control. He's back to his MVP form. What are we, 10 games into the season? And this dude has already put up his 2nd and 3rd 2020 game. I mean, you don't just throw out 2020 games. They don't just hand that out like food stamps. They don't hand that out like government cheese. They don't hand that out like stimulus checks. You have to earn that mess. And the fact that Steve Nash has been up in here, shooting it out, lights out, and diming it out, lights out, leads me to only believe one thing, that he is definitely certified Ballin!
Next up is a boy, Pat Forty is named Cardiac Case, and that's because he's the cardiac kid coming in and scoring touchdowns when the team needs it. 4th quarter jobs for Case Keenum, 10 touchdowns, 1 pick. That's what you want out of your senior leader and your Heisman candidate, especially when he's got 3,815 yards on the season. That's a country mile ahead of everybody else. He's got 29 touchdowns and only 5 picks. He's throwing the ball, I think I counted about 600 something times. 5 picks. That's nothing. The guy's throwing the ball left and right, 158.92 quarterback rating. The kid is over 1,000 yards in the past 2 games. When you do numbers like that, baby, I'm going to call you up and tell you certified Ballin!
And finally, we got Toby Gerhart. And Toby Gerhart might be the best white running back since, well, the last great white running back. What was that? Crazy Legs Hirsch? But anyway, the dude, I mean, on top of the fact that he's ran for 1,200 yards this season already, last week versus Oregon, he ran all over the Ducks. He left them tarred and feathered like they left USC. He ran for only 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. Even crazier was the fact that they gave this man the ball 38 times. That's basically saying, guess what? You're our offense. Run, boy, run. And that's what he did. He ran him into the victory. He ran him in for 3 touchdowns. He should be in the Heisman consideration, and he's definitely certified Ballin! And that's it for certified. It's time to get unfamiliar.
Game recognized game, Granddad.
I recognize game. Your granddaddy recognized game.
Game recognized game, and you looking kinda unfamiliar right now.
Alright, next up we've got the unfamiliar. And the first team that's looking unfamiliar to me is the New York Football Giants, and they're 0-4 in their last game. I can't even see you over there because game don't recognize no game. Humiliated by the Eagles a couple of Sundays ago. That's just embarrassing. But you know what? Let's look at the facts. First 4 opponents they played are now 12-28. You take the 6-2 Cowboys out of the equation? Well, you can do the math at home, I hope. They only beat the Cowboys by 2 even when they did. This team's not that good. They're not that good. But they're definitely looking
Kinda unfamiliar right now.
Next up, we got Michael Phelps. And Michael Phelps is swimming in the World Cup Championships of Swimming, or whatever the devil they call it. And he decided not to put on his super slick suit that they raced in the Olympics, where everybody was breaking the world records. And you know what the outcome was of him not having on the super slick suit? Well, Michael failed to qualify for the finals in 2 out of the 3 events that he competed in. You know what that tells me? Take the cape off of Superman and he can't fly. Take the gadgets away from Batman, he can't stop crime. Take the leather suit away from Catwoman and she don't look sexy. And Michael, you're not looking sexy anymore. You need to go back to South Carolina, hit the bong, hit that water. Maybe that'll energize you and give you the strength that you once had. But you go from setting records and winning all these goals to not even qualifying for the finals. I find something tragically wrong with that. I find something uniquely wrong about that. Are you sure your suit's not juiced up? Because you're definitely not, and you're looking
Kinda unfamiliar right now.
Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers, who I was surprised was looking good. But wait! They've done it again. 3-1, you say? Oh, well, it's easy when you beat the Cards, the Seattle Seahawks, and the St. Louis Rams. Then you start playing teams that actually play football sometimes, and you start losing. What a surprise. Well, it helps when you turn the ball over 11 times in 4 games. It helps when you get sacked 13 times and only get 6 of your own. It's no wonder that they started playing poorly. But you got Crabtree coming in and you can't do more. Sean Hill's supposed to be good. You know, they're supposed to have a good attack down there. But a little suspect, and they're definitely looking
Kinda unfamiliar right now.
And that's it for the unfamiliar.
Next up, we got a segment that's a little bit strange,
A little bit weird.
undeniably complicated,
And crazy.
but guaranteed to be 100% ridiculous.